Alrighty, here we go. Hey there everybody, it's the Nasty One here again, and welcome back to a new series here on YouTube for the channel. Last time you saw me, I was finishing up the Sandcats franchise with episode number 114, which finished off year number 10's regular season and the playoffs, where the Sandcats unfortunately lost the final game of the season, and then the Hot Corners knocked them out of the playoffs by winning their final game. So we missed the playoffs for the third straight year in the row. In the continuity, we have been fired, and we must now pick a new team to start over with, reset the clocks, and go back to year number 1. This time with a full franchise with full statistics, not just from year 6 to 10 when they finally put the stat upgrade in. It's going to be a full 1 to 10. So let's see, what team have I decided to do this series around? Well, after careful consideration, I have come across a team that I noticed in the simulation for the Sandcats as we progressed through the years. There was one team that absolutely struggled 95% of the time. I think of the 10 seasons we played, they made the playoffs 1 year out of those 10. So they were dealt a pretty bad blow throughout the story, and we're going to try and turn them into a winner. The team I'm talking about, of course, is the Freebooters. That's right, one of the conference rivals for the Sandcats. They're in the opposing division. The Freebooters generally were seen at the bottom of that division more often than not, as their starting cap situation really is not great if you want to build a team up in such a short time frame. The team has a lot of high paid players and a lot of low paid players to counteract that. The offense is about average for what you would expect. They're more contact than power. They have next to no speed in the lineup. Their defense is absolutely atrocious, probably one of the worst, if not the worst, defensive team in the league. Their starting pitching is alright. They're actually above average. Kent Ratherswell brings that down in the 4th slot. But their bullpen is one of the best in the game, and it features arguably the best closer in the game. So this is a team that has the pitching, but can the offense catch up? And can the defense improve? So our Freebooters are going to be the team I selected. Let's introduce you to the team members as we load up here. Go ahead and have a look at the player cards here. Get familiar with our roster. Obviously here at the top, you got the big man himself, shortstop Guns Jackman, the 28-year-old A-. He's the team leader. For the best player on the team, that's actually pretty low. I expected the best player to be like an A+, at the very least. He's only an A-, and he's not a great fielder. He's a good hitter, average runner, below average fielder, only an average arm there at shortstop. That's going to hurt him more often than not, but he does have RBI, man. Following him, you got the right fielder Oakley Stiffs, solid player in his own right, good hitter, more pop than contact, horrible fielder, average runner, very good arm out there in right field. Then you got the big man in center, Stockton Brickhouse, 29-year-old, good hitter, more contact than power, average runner. He's a poor fielder for a center fielder. That's really bad, and he is about an average arm, not great. You got left fielder Patience Evergreen, one of the oldest players in the roster. She's 35, second oldest, I believe, of the position players. She's an all-right player, more contact than power, average fielder and arm, so nothing too flashy about her. You got a rookie just introduced, 31-year-old Pomduchi, over there playing first base. He's got good power, decent contact. Speed is very good. Fielding is average. Arm is actually pretty decent because he can play third base. And you got left fielder Cash Basquette, who we, if you remember, picked up at the end of the Sandcats franchise. We actually get to start with her in this one, as I forgot she's on this team. Very average across the board. The only thing that stands out about her is her cannon of an arm and her little traits versus left-handers. And you got veteran first baseman Sturdy Woodman, good hitter, worse fielder than Ducci, not a good runner, and he has a weaker arm, but that's to be expected of a guy who only plays first base. Then you got utility infielder Walker Runs. He has no arm. He's the oldest player on the team at 36 in the position player category. Below average hitter, very good speed, below average fielder, and a very weak arm. I don't know how he's still on the team. Then you got catcher Jermaine Rains. He's 31 already. He's already a C+. He's not going to get much better. He's got good fielding, probably one of the best fielders on the team. Decent arm, good contact, decent power, and, well, he's a catcher. They don't run. After him, you got right fielder Kenna Corna, new addition to the team. Pretty decent power hitter, weak contact, above average speed, very good fielder, and above average arm. Then you got middle infielder, young guy Landon Fair. He's someone who you could build around to the future. You can build him up with a lot of progressions. He's below average in every category except fielding and arm. Very decent fielder for the middle of the diamond. Then you got backup third baseman, Bad Hop Brown first off. Very young guy. You can also build around him. He's only 20, but he is a C, and he has whiffer already, which is not a good trait to have. Very good contact hitter. Very weak power. He's average power. He can't field. He can't run, and his arm is abysmal for third base. And then the last guy on the position player list is backup catcher Rocky Backstop. Very good contact hitter. Weak power threat. Very good speed for a catcher, below average fielding, and he has no arm to speak of. He can also play third base in a pinch. And then looking at pitching, this is where the team actually picks up. Top two guys, Winnie Noelle and Angel Verde, very good arms, quality arms that you need at the top of the rotation. Then you get Lana Rhymes, the veteran, in the 3-hole. She's about average, nothing to write home about. She's all junk and accuracy, basically. Then you got the long reliever, who's not really a starting pitcher, but he's in there anyway. Kent Ratherswell, veteran. He doesn't throw. He's basically like Rhymes, just a little bit better. He has more accuracy. Then you got the bullpen is really where the Freebooters have their strength. You got Steamboat Wassell, who's an A, 41 years old though, so he might retire early on in the series. But he's a very good pitcher with K-Man. Then you got Grace Lupinovich, the young reliever with Specialist. It's a killer trait to have. Youngish reliever Ryder McBride. He's above average. You can build around him for a little bit. And then you got arguably the best closer in the game. One of them anyway. K Frequent. Granted, she doesn't have a four-seamer. I'd take a little bit away from her for that, but arguably one of the best closers in the game by far. Accuracy's almost maxed out. Velocity is maxed out. Junk is 84, and she has Compose to boot. That'll bump her accuracy up above 100. You can't write home about that. That's great. She just has that really high salary. It eats up pretty much all of our savings. Same with Wassell. He's making nearly 10. Lupinovich is making 7, but she deserves that. 9 for Noelle here at the top. Verde's making almost 9. Then looking at the offense, you got Jackman almost making 10. Almost 8 for Stiffs. 8.5 for Brickhouse. Evergreen's even making 6.5. Good lord. Ducci too, but Ducci's younger than Evergreen. I can see that. So yeah. So this team, it has some holes, and we can look to fill those holes and turn this club into a winner. Because I watched through the simulations of the Sandcats franchise, the Freebooters always had the worst luck. They almost always had horrible years, and the one time they do make the playoffs, I think they beat us in one round, and they moved to the second round and lost. Other than that one season, they never made the playoffs. So if any team has earned this opportunity to be rebuilt, it's them. So let's go ahead and look at free agent pool, see if there's any young guys that we actually like here. Alright, I see something. Young catcher, alright. Stiff bottom. I can get behind that. Let's see, we got young first baseman, Wixit Reddier. Okay. Got Stump Pitts, alright. That's a decent one right there. Hang Cooker, what a name. Nice. Sammy Graves would be an upgrade at second base there. Arguably so would Wilkinson. Still younger than Walker Runs, who's there now. Good third baseman Handshake. Hugo Glass. Nib Tailwind. Alright. I'll give you props for the name, not for the skill. Same with Gil. I'm not really interested in that. Reina Platoon. Interesting shortstop. Maybe a cheaper option if things go poorly here in year one and we have to cut Jackman. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Parsons decent. Okay. Got Julia Drumpf out there in left field. Okay. Bryson Stokes, Abraham Ramsey, Tower de Jesus. Dancer Velos. Interested. And Nia Island, I guess, yeah. I can get behind that too. Alright, look at the pitching here. Youngest and best pitcher is a long reliever, Ridge Hopkins. Now that is what you look for. You got Brock Theodoris, reliever. Augusta Hokie, Arf Mason, Cruz Davila, alright. You know, replace Ratherswell if necessary, or like cut a expensive reliever, or Romero, that's a good one right there. Meadows is a little bit old for that C+. Cora Richards, okay, I could see that. After that, I don't really see the need for anyone above 30. No, it's just not worth it at that point. So yeah, we got some decent arms out there. Let's sim up to our first game and jump into it, eh? We're going to be playing the Hot Corners. How about that? Our third franchise here on the channel is going to play the first franchise I had on this channel. Anyway, first win is Blowfish losing an extras to the Herbisaurs by 1 run. Nemesis win a tight one over the Beewolves, 7-6. Mind you, all of these teams have their original rosters here. Buzzards beat the Grapplers 6-1. Sandcats lose their first game without us against the Moonstars, 4-2. Platypi cruising early against the high-octane Jacks offense, and they crush them, 13-2. What a game for them. And Overdogs against Heaters. Heaters rally to win in 10, 5-4. They never gave up. Great job. Alright, so we could be playing any one of those teams that have not played yet. We are either playing the Sawteeth. Sir, we already know. We're playing the Hot Corners. I mean, what am I doing? There we are. We're on the road here. Winnie Noelle, the ace right-hander for us, will face the ace left-hander for the Hot Corners, Yolanda Cooper, who we became very familiar with in the Sandcats series when she moved over to the Moonstars at the end of it, and the Sirloins as well. So she was there last like three years of that franchise. She was there. We played her at least once or twice a season. Alright, let's take a look at the lineup here. What are we working with? Alright, here's what we're working with in week 1. Game 1, year 1. Leading off is first baseman Sturdy Woodman at the top of the lineup. Okay, alright. And you got Stockton Brickhouse, the center fielder. Oakley Stiffs in right. Guns Jackman at short. Patience Evergreen in the 5-hole is DHing. Batting 6th is second baseman Walker Runs. Batting 7th is third baseman Pomducci in his secondary position. Batting 8th is left fielder Cash Basquette, getting that start due to the left-handed trait. And batting 9th is catcher Jermaine Rains. Alright, let's jump into it. Let's see if we can get the Freebooters their first win under our management. I'm excited for this series. I knew it was kind of getting to the point in the Sandcats where, you know, we're 10 years in at this point. We're not making the playoffs anymore. I think the rebuild is over. Let's jump to a new team. I mean, we went 10 seasons, won 120 games. It's 12 wins a season on average. I'll take it. Alrighty, we're going to be on the road here against the Hot Corners in our first game here in the series. Let's see how it goes. Sturdy Woodman leads off, followed by Brickhouse and Oakley Stiffs, as we're going to be taking on the left-hander Yolanda Cooper. Woodman leads off at first base. Contact hitter ready to square off. Lefty versus lefty here to begin the game. Cooper, of course, as you know, is the Hot Corners are an expansion team in the game, so they are going to have a whole bunch of players that have just moved here from their original teams, along with a few new additions. Looking at their team, if I remember correctly, we can talk about the batters when they come up, but Cooper was one of the draft picks that was brought over into the team. I believe she came over from, give me a minute, I believe she came over from the Beewolves organization, I want to say. It's either the Beewolves or the Blowfish. I don't remember which. I know it's one of the two. She was the number 2 pitcher in the rotation for the respective team. I believe it was the Beewolves, now that I think about it. And she was ready to be the main girl. She wanted to be the main ace. And she gets that chance here when getting picked up by the Hot Corners in the expansion draft. So she'll be up here against Woodman. First pitch coming in. Cutter for his call to strike the letters. We're underway here in the series. Fastball low, ball 1. Up and in, ball 2. 2-1 the count to Woodman. I think I chased that one inside. 2-2 count now. Fastball down. Hit pretty well by Woodman. Got some pop into that one to center field, but at the warning track is James to make the catch. 1 down. Brings up center fielder Stockton Brickhouse. Right-handed batting center fielder will bat in the 2-hole today. First pitch, fastball outside, ball 1. Late on the heater, Hupp, 1-1. Slider down in the way, he goes with it to right center field. That's going to be a gapper, and that's going to get all the way to the wall out there as James is running after it. He'll get there, but Brickhouse is into second with a 1-out double. First hit of the series goes to him. Now to bring up right fielder Oakley Stiffs. Power hitter looking to come through with a clutch hit to drive in the run. Slider away, misses. Ball 1 from Cooper. Caught the low outside corner this time, 1-on-1. Cut her down, dribbled to short. Brickhouse runs on contact. He'll make it the third easily on the fielder's choice as Holmes makes the play to first. 2 down. Now to bring up shortstop Guns Jackman, who does have RBI man. The main guy. He's the offensive juggernaut that we built the team around. We didn't build the team around. The people before us built the team around. Let's see if he can live up to the hype as the man. The man of Jack as he takes one up and in. Ball 1. High ball 2. 2-0 the count now to Jackman. Caught her at the letters for a strike. 2-1. Change up inside. Pulled foul. 2-2 the count to Guns. Fastball up and in. Fist to the right field. That great strength of his will drop in for a base hit in front of right fielder Bo Belter. Is a base hit, and that is the first run of the series as Brickhouse trots him from third with 2 down. 1-0 to score. Brings up left fielder Patience Evergreen. She's DHing today for us. Inside pitch specialist ready to face the left-hander Cooper. Fastball away. Ball 1. Called a strike at the knees. Slider down and in. Right in her happy zone, and she takes that back up the middle for a base hit softly. Evergreen now on with putting 2 on and 2 down for second baseman Walker runs. Not a great hitter, but let's see if Walker can, knock that trend a bit. No one's expecting him to get a hit here. Let's see if he can do it. Old man up. Oldest man player in the lineup today at 36. Takes one above the letters. Ball 1. I chase that outside. It's pop up to first. Sportswood makes the catch, and that will end the inning. Freebooters get 3 hits and drive in their first run of the season on a single by Jackman. Bottom 1. Sportswood alive and jumps due up. You would think having the Hot Corners as my first franchise I would remember how to pronounce their names correctly. You'd be wrong. Anyway, batting first is going to be first baseman Dirk Sportswood, the right-handed first baseman brought over from the Sawtooth organization in the draft. Let's take a look at the Hot Corners lineup here. Stan Alive is a new addition to the team. He's created for this game. Left fielder is also over 40 years old. I believe he is 42. Don't quote me on that. He's batting second. Following him is another new addition to the game. Second baseman Jeb Jumps. Batting fourth is another new addition to the game. Outfielder Bo Belter. He's in right field today. Normally a center fielder. Batting fifth is shortstop Nora Holmes. Another new addition to the game. She's a utility player. Batting sixth is DH Stu Burko, coming over from the Platypi organization. He is actually the backup first baseman for the Hot Corners. Batting seventh, coming over from the Sirloins, is third baseman Bobby Bash. Batting eighth, and a new addition, is catcher Tiny DeGrande, or DeGrand. I don't know how to pronounce it in the game anymore. And batting ninth is center fielder Geronimo James, brought over from the... don't yell at me. Buzzards. Yes, he came over from the Buzzards organization. So he would be batting in the 9 hole. Then on the bench they have right fielder Seymour Sox. He comes over from, I believe, the Grapplers. Then left fielder Nori Miyoshi, brought over, oh God, where is she from? Oh, I don't remember where she's from. I want to say it's the Wild Pigs, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. No, Randy Man, where's he from? Randy Man is from the Blowfish. And then Lars Stadcliffe, a backup catcher from the Moonstars organization. All right, let's jump into it here. Noelle set. Our ace ready to debut. First pitch fastball below the knees. Ball 1, we're underway. All right. See what we can do against Sportswood here. Slider away, called a strike, 1-1 as we get ahead. Two-seamer up and in. Sportswood drives it to center field. Not a lot on it though, as Brickhouse comes in a few, makes the catch, 1 down. Next up is left fielder Stan Alive. He's a very good hitter. He does not run very well, and he also does not have a great arm, or is he a good fielder? He is all offense, this man. Normally he slotted for a DH role. Slider down, popped up behind the plate, rains bat over to his right. Makes the catch on the edge of the circle, 2 down. That'll bring up second baseman Jeb Jumps, left-handed hitter, getting ready to make his debut here in the league. Two-seamer up and away, taken high, ball 1. Change it middle away. Hit pretty well by Jumps into the left center gap. That will hit off the base of the left center wall and ricochet to the center fielder Brickhouse. He'll get it in, and it's a lead double here for Jumps, his first hit in the series. He'll be on at second, and that'll bring up Belter, looking for driving the tying run here. Very good hitter in his own right. He does not run very well. Well, actually, my apologies. He runs well. He can't field or throw, much like Alive, except he's younger. And has a tiny bit better hitting stats. First pitch fastball down on the way to Belters, called strike at the knees, 0-1. Slider up high, called a ball as it's just above the letters, 1-1. Two-seamer up and away, call the ball as it's just outside from Noelle, 2-1. Change it down at the knees, tripled foul as Belter stays alive, 2-2 the count now. Fastball up and in, fouled off as Belter stays alive again. Still 2-2. Slider down in the way below the knees, dribbled softly to first. Woodman makes the play, he'll go to the bag, and that ends the inning. Noelle gives up a 2-out double to Jumps, but she strands the runner. To the second, it's still 1-0. Ducci, Basquette, and Jermaine Raines do up here against Cooper. Here is third baseman Prompt Ducci, the corner infielder making his debut here in the league. Looking to show what he's got. He's a power hitter, runs very well. Fastball up and in, called a strike, 0-1. Interesting to note here, in the Hot Corners organization, when I played the first game, it was coincidentally against the Freebooters. We were also at home. Prompt Ducci actually hit for the cycle. So, keep that thought in the back of your head. See if he does it here, now that I'm controlling him. Fastball away, taken, 1-1. Fastball below the knees, 2-1 the count to Ducci. Changeup left down the middle, pulled foul, 2-2. Fastball inside, lined up the middle by Ducci. That's his first career hit here in the league, as he'll be on with a single. Makes him 1 for 1. Gonna bring up left fielder Cash Basquette, also making her debut here in the Super Mega League, as the power and contact versus left-hander trade actives here. First pitch fastball up and away is a called ball from Cooper, 1-0. Cutter down in the way, called a ball, 2-0 as it's just outside. Fastball at the knees, first strike, 2-1. Cutter down, Basquette skies it to left center field. Should be an easy catch for James in the gap. He's under it and puts it away, 1 down. Ducci remains at first. That'll bring up the 9-hitter, catcher Jermaine Raines. Not a very good runner, not a very good hitter either. Raines is basically just a fielder. Cutter up and away, taking it high and outside, ball 1. Pick off the first, nothing doing as Ducci gets back. Fastball down, lined at the middle by Raines. That's a base hit. There you go. Prove me wrong, Jermaine, as he singles to center. 4th hit of the day here for the Freebooters. Possibly 5th, I'm not sure. Woodman up next, 0 for 1 today. It is our 5th hit of the day already. 2 on here for Woodman. Flew out his first time up as he takes a strike on the inner third. Good fastball, 0-1. Pick off, nothing doing as Ducci gets back to second. Still 0-1 to Woodman. Fastball up, swung late, 0-2 the count now to Woodman. Fastball up and in, grounded hard, and the hold is short. Diving as Holmes cut it off. She has to go to first with it. Woodman almost beats it out as Holmes makes a great diving stop. 2 down now, and that'll bring up Brickhouse, who doubled his first time up, looking for a clutch 2-out hit here to drive in the 2 runners. Cooper sets and fires. Fastball in the inner third for a called strike, 0-1. Low with the cutter, 1-1. Fastball up. Brickhouse drives it deep to center field, but it's right to James. He makes the catch, and that ends the inning. Cooper gives up 2 more hits, but strands the runners at second and third with 2 down. Bottom 2, Holmes, Burko, and Bash do up here against Noelle. Here's Nora Holmes, the shortstop, making her debut in the league as well. Very good hitter, weak fielder, much like most of the Hot Corners hitters in the lineup. Basically, they're kind of like the Freebooters. They hit pretty decently. They actually hit better than us, but they are also very poor fielders. Fastball away, lined in the right center field. That'll be a gapper, as that's going to get by Brickhouse into the deep gap. He gets it in, but that'll allow Holmes to reach second here with a double. Leadoff double for her, puts the tying run in scoring position. That'll bring up Burko. DH comes over from the Platypi organization. Ready to fire here. First pitch 2-seamer up and away from Noelle's. A check swing called strike at the letters, 0-1. Fastball down and in, low, ball 1. Slider up and in, called a ball, 2-1. It's just high from Noelle. Two-seamer down in the way, grounded hard to right field, and that'll be a base hit. Stips comes up throwing for the plate, and that will hold the runner at third. Runners at the corners now with none down for Bash. Looking to drive in the first run for the Hot Corners here. Comes over from the Sirloins organization. He's a utility infielder. First pitch slider down in the way, just outside, ball 1. Fastball up and in, called a strike, 1-1 the count. Two-seamer down and in, low, 2-1, just missing the corner. Change up and away outside. Ball 3. 3-1 as Noelle's having trouble finding the zone here. Slider down below the knees, taking ball 4. That's her first walk of the day as the bases are now loaded with none down for Tiny DeGrande. It's DeGrande, okay. Catcher's got the bases loaded, nobody out as he's ready to drive in his first RBI. Also collect his first career hit in the same swing. Let's see if he can do it. Two-seamer down and in, low. Ball 1 as Noelle falls behind again. Slider down low, taken below the knees again, 2-0. Change up and in, grounded hard to short. Jackman there, flips to second 1, runs to first, in time to retire DeGrande on the double play, but the run does score. 1-1, no RBI though for DeGrande. Then I bring up the 9-hitter James, outside pitch specialist, comes over from the Buzzards organization. Looking to drive in the go-ahead run from third here with a clutch 2-out hit. First pitch slider, breaks way inside as it almost hits him, 1-0. Fastball up and in, taken high, 2-0. Change up down and in, called a strike at the knees, 2-1. Two-seamer up and in, popped up, shallow left field, out for Jackman, he'll dive, and he makes the catch. Great play, and that ends the inning as James is robbed of a base hit. 1 run scores, though, in a double play ball by DeGrande. Top 3, 1-1 the score. Stiffs, Jackman, and Evergreen go up against Cooper. Oakley Stiffs is 0 for 1 today, looking to get his hitting going here as he grounded out the shortstop his first time up. Change up away, misses, ball 1. Cutter inside, caught the inner third, 1-1. Cutter up and away, grounded softly to second, easy play for jumps to his left, makes the play, 1 down. Next up is Jackman, RBI single his first time up, responsible for the only freebooter run so far. Fastball down at the knees for a strike. On the outside corner, 0-1. Fastball down, grounded to the hole to the right side. Diving his jumps to cut it off as he stops it, and he'll make the play himself. 2 down, great play. Now to bring up Evergreen. Singled her first time up as well. 1 for 1 day for her. Cutter away, breaks outside, ball 1. Change it low and away, caught the corner, 1-1. Cutter middle to plate, ripped at the middle by Evergreen. She's now 2 for 2 as that puts her on at first here with 2 down, extending the inning. I'll bring up the 6-hitter. Second baseman Walker runs, grounded out with 2 runners on base last time up. Looking to avenge that. Change up at the fastball at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Fastball down, grounded up the middle. Jumps, dives, it's off his glove, and that'll be an infield single for runs, who beats the play to first. 2 on and 2 down now. For Ducci, rookie singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. Looking to drive in the run from second with another base hit here. Fastball up, swung late, 0-1. Fastball up, swung late again, quickly 0-2 as Ducci's in the hole here. Fastball down and then chased, fouled off though, 0-2 as he stays alive. Change up away, pulled foul, still 0-2. Fastball up and away, swung late as Ducci's down swinging to end the inning. 2 more hits given up here by Cooper, but she pitches around him. Bottom 3, it's still 1-1. Top of the hot corners lineup to up again. Sportswood alive and jumps. There's Sportswood 0 for 1 today. First pitch slider up and away, popped up, shallow left center. Jackman on the edge of the outfield grass. Makes the catch, 1 down. Next up is alive, he's 0 for 1 today. Change it down and in, called a strike at the knees, 0-1. Fastball up and in, taken high, 1-1. Slider away, line to center field pretty well. Alive drives it back. Brickhouse dives and makes the catch on the warning track. What a play, 2 down. Next up is jumps, doubled his first time up and was stranded there at second base. First pitch 2-seamer down and in is a called ball from Noelle's. It stays inside, just barely, 1-0. Fastball down and away, outside, 2-1, or 2-0. Change up middle high, hit pretty well by jumps to the left center gap again. Basquette lays out and 1 hops into her glove as she just missed the dive angle. Second hit of the game for jumps, it's a single. He's 2 for 2 now. Bring up Belter, 0 for 1 today with a ground out. First pitch change up and in is inside to Belter, ball 1. Fastball middle of the way, popped up, shallow right center field, coming in as Stiffs. He's calling for it, and he makes the catch, and that will end the inning as the Hot Corners get a 2-out hit, but they pitch around it one more time to the 4th. Basquette, Rains, and Woodman do up here against Cooper, who's already at 7 hits here and only after 3 innings. Struck out 1 batter, and it's at a 52 pitch count so far. Basquette up first, 0 for 1 today. Flew out her first time up. Cooper already starting to tire here. She's up over 50 pitches. Cut her down in the way, called a strike, 0-1. Fastball away, fouled back, 0-2 the count now to Basquette. Cut her down, line softly to second. Right at jumps though, he'll make the catch, 1 down. Next up is Rains, 1 for 1 day for him. He's singled back up the middle his first time up. Fastball inside, called a strike, 0-1. Fastball down, hit pretty well, deep to left field by Rains. Near the wall is alive though, he'll make the catch on the warning track, 2 down. Brings up first baseman Sturdy Woodman. He's 0 for 2 today so far. First pitch fastball below the knees. Ball 1. Fastball middle of the plate. Line to left center field. That'll be a gapper as that's going to get all the way by James to the wall out there in left center field. Woodman already on his way to second. He'll be in there with his first hit of the season as it's a double. He's now 1 for 3. Puts himself in scoring position now for Brickhouse. Flew out his last time up, but he has doubled today. He's 1 for 2. Change away, line to left center field, but it's right out alive, who was shading him towards the gap. Now we'll end the inning. Another runner stranded by Cooper, bottom 4. Holmes, Burko, and Bash do up here against Noelle. Holmes 1 for 1 today with a double. Came in to score later in the inning on a double play ball by DeGrande. Slider down, grounded hard to first, right out Woodman on the backhand. He'll take it to the bag himself, 1 down. Next up is Burko, singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1 today. First pitch 2-seamer up and in is high, ball 1. Fastball up and away, high, 2-0 the count now. Lead it down at the knees, check swing for a strike, 2-1. Slider down in the way, grounded foul, 2-2 the count now to Burko. 2-seamer up and in, popped up behind the plate as he chases it. Rains on the edge of the left batter's box, makes the catch, 2 down. Now to bring up Bash, walked his first time up and was stranded at second base. Actually, no, he was retired on a double play ball, that's right. Slider away, swung through it by Bash as he chopped at it, ball 0-1 the count. Fastball down, called a strike at the knees, it's 0-2 now as Noelle looks to put him away. Change up and in, just high, 1-2 the count now. Two-seamer up and away. Line to first. Right out Woodman, and that ends the inning. 1-2-3 for Noelle here in the 4th. Top 5 we go. It's still 1-1. Middle of our lineup to up. Stiffs, Jackman, and Evergreen. First up is Stiffs. He's 0 for 2 today. He's flown out, grounded out, and flown out. Change but ways. Called strike. 0-1 as Cooper gets ahead. Fastball down in the way. Outside. 1-1. Fastball away. Fouled off. 1-2 the count now. Chased it up and in. Stiffs down swinging. Second punch out of the day for Cooper. 1 down. That'll bring up Jackman. RBI single his first plate appearance. Then he flew out his second time up. Change it down in the way. Is pulled foul out of play. 0-1. Fastball inside misses. 1-1. Slider hangs middle of the plate. Line to short. Leaping his Holmes to make the catch though. 2 down. Next up is Evergreen. She's singled twice today. Looking to keep her hot hitting going. Slider caught the inner third as it's called strike, 0-1. I thought that was just a bit inside. Fastball up and away, lined off foul by Evergreen. She's late, 0-2 the count now. Fastball away, popped up behind third base, diving his Bash, but it's out of his reach into left field. Third hit of the day for Evergreen. She's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Gotta bring up runs, 1 for 2 today. Singled his last time up. He's also grounded out. Slider up, he chased it high as it's popped up to right field and shallow. Jumps, makes the catch on the edge of the grass, and that'll end the inning. Another run stranded by Cooper here. Bottom 5. DeGrande, James, and Sportswood do up here against Noelle. Here's DeGrande 0 for 1. Grounded into a double play his last time up, but it did allow a run to score from third base. Just doesn't count as an RBI. Change up and away is called strike, 0-1. Two-seamer down and in. Check swing again. 0-2 the count now. Slider down and away. Check swing outside. 1-2. Fastball up and in. Line to right field. Discharging. He's there for it. He'll make the throw to first. It's still late. It's the first hit of the career for Tiny DeGrande. He's on to lead off the inning as he's now 1 for 2, and that'll bring up James 0 for 1 today with a pop out. First pitch fastball up and in is called strike. 0-1. Change it down and in. Low. 1-1. Two-seamer up and in. Called a strike. 1-2 the count now. Slider down and in. Sky ball to right center field. Over for it. Brickhouse in the gap. Makes the catch. 1 down. Runner retreats to first. Bring up the leadoff hitter, Dirk Sportswood. He's 0 for 2 today. Still looking for his first hit of the contest. First pitch two-seamer down in the way is just low from Noelle. Ball 1. Fastball middle in. Leaked over the middle of the plate, but it was taken all the way. 1-1. Change it up and away high. 2-1 as it stays away. Slider low, middle away. Called a strike on the check swing. 2-2 the count now to Sportswood. Fastball down and in. Breaks inside. Full count. Two-seamer down in the way. Lined hard at the middle of the second. Runs left, dives, and knocks it down. He'll flip to second for the first out, but the runner will reach on the fielder's choice. 2 down with Sportswood at first now for at live is 0 for 2 today. First pitch change it down and in, just below the knees. Ball 1. Fastball down in the way. Fouled off by Alive as he's late. 1-1. Slider up and in. Just called the strike in the inner third. 1-2 the count now as a tough out activates here for Alive. Noelle looking to put him away. Two-seamer down and in. Line to first. Woodman there to make the catch on the soft liner, and that ends the inning. Noelle stands a runner. Top 6. 1-1 still to score. Ducci, Basquette, and Raines due up to face Cooper. 9 hits given up for her through 5 with 2 strikeouts and 71 pitches thrown. There's Ducci. Struck out swinging his last time up when he chased a high fastball. 1 for 2 today, though. He has singled. Change up and in. Misses. Ball 1. Cutter away. Called a strike. 1-1. Fastball down. Line hard to third, but leaping his bash to make the stop. 1 down. Great play. Gonna bring up Basquette. 0 for 2 today. Slider hangs in the middle of the plate. That's hit back up the middle. First career hit here for Cash Basquette in the series, as she's on with a 1-out single here in the 6th. Tying winning go-ahead run at first. Brings up Raines. 1 for 2 day for him. He's singled. And he was robbed of a base hit on a hard grounder in the hole between first and second. Brings up left-handed rookie Joseph Broseph, who is all fire. He's all velocity, decent junk, but about average accuracy, maybe a little bit below average, so he needs to work on that to become a more effective pitcher. He's a new addition to the game here. He's set to face Raines here. First pitch. Strike on the inner third on the heater. 0-1. Slider down the way. Swung low by Raines. It's quickly 0-2. Fastball pulled foul by Raines. Still 0-2. Fastball up and in. He chases it inside. First career punch out there for Broseph. 1 down, 2 down in the inning. That'll bring up Woodman. 1 for 3 today with the double. Lefty v lefty here. Broseph's first pitch. Slider stays inside. Ball 1. Chased fastball up and in as Woodman's late. 1-1. Slider down the way. Dribbled in past the mound on the left side. Broseph recovers. Makes the play at first, and that ends the inning. 1 hit for the Freebooters as we chase Cooper from the game after 5 1/3 innings, but they remain tied. Bottom 6. Jumps, Belter, and Holmes. Middle of the lineup here due up against Noelle. Jumps 2 for 2 today. He's doubled and singled so far. Looking to keep that hot hitting going. First pitch two-seamer down in the way is in the dirt. Ball 1. Fastball middle in. Popped up by Jumps to the left side, but out of play. 1-1. Change it middle away. Pulled foul as it's now 1-2. Slider up and in. Popped up by Jumps to third base. Ducci in on it, calling for it. Makes a catch on the grass. 1 down. He's a Belter. He's 0 for 2 today. Still looking for his first career hit. Noelle now locked in. Fastball down and in is called a strike. 0-1. Change up and away. Outside. 1-1. Two-seamer down and away, called a strike at the knees. 1-2 the count now. Fastball up and in, taken high, 2-2. Sliding down and in, dribbled softly to third. Ducci charges and fires to first in time, 2 down. Brings up Holmes, 1-2 today with a double. Two-seamer middle in, check swing for a strike, 0-1. Fastball down and away, outside, 1-1. Slider down at the knees, grounded hard to short, right at Jackman though. He'll make the play himself. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Noelle here in the 6th. Top 7, still 1-1. Brickhouse, Stiffs, and Jackman face Broseph. Here comes Brickhouse. He's 1-for-3 today with the double. Broseph set. First pitch fastball high, ball 1. Fastball middle in, fisted to second, right at Jumpstone in the soft liner, 1 down. Next up is Stiffs. He's 0-for-3 today. Still looking for his first hit of the contest. Fastball down and in, called a strike at the knees, 0-1. Chased it up and away high as it's lined softly to first. 2 down now as Stiffs is now tense. He's 0-4. Got to bring up Jackman, 1-for-3 today. He's singled in a run his first time up, hitless since. Fastball called a strike, 0-1. Check swinging a 1 up and in, 1-1. Fastball middle in, skied to right center field. That's in a tough spot out there for the outfielders. Neither can get there. It's another single for Jackman. 2-for-4 days. He's on at first with 2 down. I'll bring up Evergreen. 3-for-3 day for the DH. You see, looks to keep her perfect day of hitting live. Fastball down and away, low, ball 1. Change up down. Well, two-seamer down, sky ball to left center field. Should be an easy catch out there from James to end the inning. And it does. Bottom 7 we go. It's still 1-1. Burko, Bash, and DeGrande faced Noelle. Here's Burko, 1-for-2 today with a single. Slider down at the knees is called strike, 0-1. Seamer down and in, drifts inside, 1-1. Fastball up and away, popped up, shallow near the dugout. Woodman over. Makes catch in front of the foul wall, 1 down. Next up is Bash. He's 0-for-1 today. Walked and then, I think, lined out. Slider in there at the letters, 1-1. He's down in the way, called a strike. It's quickly 0-2. Fastball down and in. Swung through it by Bash. First punch out for the season for Noelle and the team, and also the series. That'll bring up the Grande. 2 down now. He singled his last time up. He's 1-for-2. He's up and away. Outside. 1-1. 1-0. You see him down and in. Check swing for a strike on the inner third. 1-1. Fastball down in the way. Called a strike. 1-2 the count now. Change up and in. Check swing called strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs here for Noelle. She has another 1-2-3 inning in the 7th. Top 8 runs. Ducci and Basquet do up here against Broseph. Here's Walker runs. 1-for-3 today with a single. Fastball down and in. Swung late. 0-1. Chased the slider in the dirt. 0-2. Two-seamer down in the way, dribbled softly and hold a third. Bash bare hands and fires in time, 1 down. Next up is Ducci, 1-for-3 day for him. He's singled once. Broseph now locked in as he's had a good outing so far. Fastball down in the way, fouled off by Ducci, 1-1 the count. Slider down in the way, fouled off, 1-2. Fastball up, sky ball to right center field. Should be an easy catch over there for Belter. He makes it, 2 down. Brings up Basquet, 1-for-3 day for her. She singled her last time up, looking to do it again here against the locked-in Broseph. Fastball up and away, called strike, 0-1. Fastball middle of the plate, swung over it, 0-2. Fastball up and in, fisted off of Broseth's gloves. The ricochets no man land at second base. Basquet beats the throw. It's an infield single, her second hit of the game. She's now 2-for-4. Go ahead run on here at first as catcher Jermaine Raines is up, 1-for-3 today with the single. Broseph starting to tire out there on the hill. Strike the letters, 0-1. He is 2+ innings of relief in so far. Fastball up and in, dribbled softly to short. Easy play for Holmes, and that will end the inning. Bottom 8 we go. James, Sportswood and Alive do up here against Noelle. James is 0 for 2 today as he will be pinch hit for by left fielder Nori Miyoshi. Slider down in the way is called strike at the knees, 0-1. Fastball up and in, called a strike. It's now 0-2 as Noelle looks to put her away. Change it down and in, dribbled softly and hold a short. Jackman backhands and fires, 1 down. Next up, Sportswood, 0 for 3 day for him so far. Two-seamer down, line hard to first. Woodman dives out of his reach. It's into the right field corner out there. Stiffs runs it down and gets it in. Now Holden is just a single. Second hit of the game for him. He's 2 for 4. I bring up alive. 0 for 3 day for him so far. Looking to come through here with a big extra base hit to maybe give his club the lead here in the 8th. Slider down and in. Low. Ball 1. Fastball up and away. Line hard to short. Jackman makes the catch though. 2 down as it was right at him. Brings some jumps. 2 for 3 days. Double and a single. Slider inside. Popped up foul down the left field line. Basket giving chase near the dirt. Can't get there though as that's going to be a foul ball. 1-1. He's even down in the way. Line to center field softly. Brickhouse slides. He can't get there and it bounces off his glove behind him. Gonna see that a lot this season as runner gets to third. Runners at the corners now with 2 down. For center fielder Bill Benter, who's in left field today. 0 for 3 for him so far. Change it middle away, outside, ball 1. Fastball up and in, high, 2-0. Change it down and in, call to strike the knees, 2-1. Two-seamer down in the way, hard ground at the middle of the second, runs back, hands it, he'll go to first, and that'll end the inning as the Freebooters escape a jam here to the 9th. Woodman, Brickhouse, and Stiffs do up here against Broseph. Here's Woodman, doubled his last time up, he's 1 for 4. Miyoshi comes into the game in right field, moving Belter to center field. Fastball away, first strike, 0-1. Fastball down and in, line softly to second, easy catch for jumps, 1 down. Next up is Brickhouse, he's 1 for 4 today with a double. Broseph now locked in again. Fastball below the knees, ball 1. Fastball up and in, fist to the right center. Leave jumps right there for it though. 2 down, and that'll bring up Stiffs. 0 for 4 day for him so far. Fastball down and in, misses, ball 1. Chase the slider outside, 1-1. Fastball inside, line by Stiffs to left center field. Will that gap get away from the center fielder Belter? Yes, it will, as that'll be extra bases out there. He's on his way to second as the throw comes in late. Go ahead run is at second here for Guns Jackman. He's 2 for 4, 2 singles and an RBI today. He has RBI man active here. Clutch situation. Can he give us a lead in the bottom of the 9th? Pitch out, nothing doing. Are they going to walk him? Yes, they are. It's an intentional walk here to Jackman. Puts him on base for the 3rd time here today. There it is, ball 4. I'll put the leadoff man back up. It's Patience Evergreen. Oh, no, it's not. It's the 5-hitter. 3 for 4 day for her. She's singled 3 times. Fastball down in the way for a called strike. 0-1. Slided down in the way. Dribbled softly to short. Holmes to first. That'll end the inning as we head to the bottom of the 9th. It's still 1-1. Holmes, Burko, and Bash do up here as Noelle's done after 8 innings of work. Throwing 101 pitches. 2 strikeouts recorded with 1 walk and 7 hits given up. She did good enough for the win. We just didn't support her with runs as Holmes ready to lead off. 1 for 3 day with a double. I think to punish them, we're going to go with the right-handed specialist here, Grace Lupinovich, coming out of the pen. Pretty overall solid pitcher as it's even across the board. She has that specialist trait as well, really bumping her usefulness up to us. Cut her down in the way. First strike at the knees, 0-1. Curveball up and in, called a strike. It's quickly 0-2 now. Fastball middle in, off the glove of the catcher, 1-2. Change up and away. Swung through it, strike 3. First punch out of the season for Lupinovich, end of the series, 1 down. That'll bring up Burko, 1 for 3 day with a single. Header up and in, called a strike, 0-1. Fastball down in the way in the dirt, 1-1. Change it down and in, pulled foul, 1-2 the count now. Change up away, curveball away outside, misses, 2-2, so it was nowhere near the zone. Fastball down and in. Breaks the bat as it's grounded softly short. Jackman to first, 2 down now in the inning. Brings up Bash, over 2 today with a walk. Ripper's curveball down and in, ripped foul by Bash. He's early on it, 0-1. Fastball up and away, called a strike. It's quickly 0-2. Cutter up, grounded softly to second, runs, charges. He'll flip to the first base bag, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. For the 10th we go as this duel keeps going. Runs, basket, runs, douche in the basket. 2 up. Here's runs, 1 for 4 day for him with a single. We're going to get something started here in the 10th for us. As Broseff's over 40 pitches now. Fastball down and in, misses, ball 1. Fastball middle in, hit pretty well by Walker, runs deep to left center field. That's carrying to the fence. It's off the fence and ricochets to alive. It'll be a leadoff double here for runs as he's in scoring position here to start the 10th. Brings up Ducci, 1 for 4 day for him. He's singled. Rookie looking to come through in the clutch here with his first career RBI. Fastball inside, off the catcher's glove, and that will allow runs to get to third base. Go ahead, run now 90 feet away as DeGrande couldn't handle that wild pitch. Ball 1. Fastball up and in, inside, just barely, 2-0. High ball 3, 3-0 the count now. Fastball up and away, ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk here to Ducci as he's on first. Now to bring up Basket, 2 for 4 day with 2 singles. Joseph Broseff exits here after 3 2/3 innings pitched. 4 hits surrendered with 2 walks and a strikeout. Coming into pitch is new addition, right-handed pitcher Amazo Hayes, who is all junk. Below average accuracy and a piss poor velocity. Let's see how he does. Ow. Basket ready. Switch hitter will now bat left-handed today as the right-hander comes in to pitch. I think we're going to have to bring someone in here. That could work. Alright, so Stiffs is going to move to left, and I'm going to bring Kenna Korn in off the bench here to hit. Because Basket's now facing a right-hander and not a left-hander, so her traits are gone. She did good, 2 for 4 in her debut. Rookie Korn up, pick off the first, nothing doing. His runners are at the corners here with none down. Hayes in a very tight spot as the infield's in. Change up and away, misses high, ball 1. Big adjustment here is Hayes is all junk while Broseph is all velocity, so gotta figure out the timing here. Fastball below the knees, 2-0 the count to Korn. Rookie skies the third pitch slider down the middle to right field. Miyoshi there. Runner goes here. Tagging up. Throw from Yoshi's weak, and it's a sac fly for Korn, first career RBI. That's a 2-1 Freebooters lead here in the 10th. Now to bring up Reigns, 1 for 4 today with a single. Slider down and in, misses, ball 1. Slider down, lined at the middle, that's a base hit, and that will allow the run to score. Not the run to score, but I'll put 2 on here with 1 down. Let's do Cheese there at first, second base. Woodman up next, 1 for 5 today with a double. Looking for his second hit. Driving Ducci from second. Changeups inside for a called strike, 0-1. Fastball up and away, outside, 1-1. Fastball, changeup inside misses, 2-1 the count to Woodman. Change it down and in, chase low, pulled foul, 2-2 the count. Change up down, sky ball by Woodman, deep to right field. Yoshi calling for it though on the warning track. Makes the catch, 2 down. Runners have to hold here. Now to bring up the 2-hitter, Stockton Brickhouse, 1 for 5 with the double as well. Looking for his second hit. Hayes sets, first pitch fastball up and in, called strike, 0-1. Slider up and in, stays inside this time, 1-1. Fastball down the middle, ripped hard at the middle, that'll be a base hit. Coming around third and trying to score is Ducci, and he will. It's an RBI for Brickhouse, 3-1 the score now. Now to bring up Stiffs, 1 for 5 today with a double as well. They're going to drive in his first run of the season. Hayes sets, first pitch. Curveball hangs high, ball 1 as he's now tense following that run. Fastball up, hard grounded to short, right at Holmes though. She'll fire to first to end the inning, as Stiffs is now tense. 2 runs come in for the Freebooters though, as we have the lead here in the 10th. The Grande, Miyoshi, and Sportswood due up here against Lupinovich, looking to shut the door. Grande's 1 for 3 today with the single, actually. Alright, so Lupinovich has specialists, but we have a closer for these kinds of situations. Let's bring her in. Here is left-hander, K. Frequin. First pitch 2-seamer up and in is high. Ball 1 as DeGrande takes. He's now tense following his error he made last inning. Screwball from Frequin down at the knees. Pulled foul, 1-1. Of course, our defensive changes. Stiffs moves to right field as Korn came on for Basket. She's over in left field. No, she's in right field. Stiffs moves to left. 2-seamer up and in. Check swing for a strike. 1-2 the count now. 2-seamer down and in. Dribbled softly to third. Ducci cuts it off at shortstop. He'll fire to first. 1 down. Next up to Miyoshi. 0 for 1 day for her. First pitch screwball up and away. Taken high. Ball 1. 2-seamer down and away for a strike. 1-1. 2-seamer up and in. Check swing again. 1-2 the count now. Screwball down and in, dribbled softly to short. Jackman has to hurry. He's bare hands and fires. In time to get Miyoshi. 2 down. Last chance here is Sportswood. He's 1 for 4 today with a single at the top of the lineup. First pitch screwball down in the way is a called strike to the knees. 0-1. Screwball up and in. Called a ball as it stays inside. 1-1. Screwball up and away. Pulled foul by Sportswood as he's early. 1-2 the count now as Frequin looks to put him away. 2-seamer down and in the dirt, 2-2. 2-seamer down at the knees. He sits on it, hits it deep to center field. Brickhouse giving chase, dives out of his reach on the warning track, and that'll be extra bases for Sportswood. He's in there at second with a 2-out double as that brings the tying run to the plate. His left fielder staying alive is 0 for 4. Big spot here. First pitch to Frequin, 2-seamer down and away. Hard liner to second, diving his runs, he knocks it down. He hurries to first and fires, and that'll end the game as the Freebooters win on opening day in the series, 3-1 in extras. Very, very good pitcher's duel here as after the first 2 runs, nothing happens for 9 solid innings. Then in the 10th, 2 runs come across for the Freebooters on a sac fly and an RBI single. We win 3-1, 16 hits for us. Unfortunately, we couldn't convert those into a lot of runs as we failed to come through with runners in scoring position quite a bit. Hot Corners get 8 hits but only managed 1 run. Looking at the lineup here, everybody got a hit except Korn, who had the sac fly for us. We also had an RBI for Jackman on the single in the first inning, and Brickhouse singled in a run as well in the 10th. And then on the other side, Alive was hitless, 0 for 5. Bash, 0 for 3. He did walk, though. And then Belter was also 0 for 4. So was James, 0 for 2. Pinch hitter Nori Miyoshi was also 0 for 2. Only run of the day comes off the bat of... Actually, there wasn't even an RBI, actually. The only run scored on a double play ball ground out by Tiny DeGrande with the bases loaded. Pitching lines, Winnie Noelle goes 8 solid innings, giving up 7 hits, 1 earned run, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. She takes a no decision. Grace Lupinovich throws a clean 9th inning, striking out a batter. She gets the win. Kay Frequin comes on to pitch the 10th, giving up a hit, but nothing else. She gets her first save of the season. And then on the other side, Cooper, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 10 hits given up, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts. Very good outing. No decision for her. Left-hander Joseph Broseth, the rookie, will take the loss. He goes 3 2/3 innings, giving up 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Falls to 0-1 on the year. And then Amazo Hayes, the other rookie, comes out of the pen, gives up 2 hits in an innings pitched. So, Winnie Noelle is your player of the game, obviously, for her great pitching performance. Yolanda Cooper, the runner-up, with hers as well. And then Jeb jumps in the 3-hole, 3 for 4 day with a double and 2 singles. Good way to start the series off as we do manage to get a win. Hard-fought pitcher duels win, 3-1. We start the season off 1-0. Let's sim up to the next game here, see what happens. And then we'll check around the league, see who is signed and whatnot. Sirloins and Moose here. Moose win the first game, 4-3. The only time they'll play each other this season in the regular season. Sawtooth take on the Wild Pigs here, 10-8 the final in favor of the Wild Pigs. Crocodons beat the Wide Loads, 7-2. And then Heaters and Beewolves here. Beewolves win 5-1. Very good pitching day for them. Sawteeth lose to the Herbisaurs 6-3. That's the only time they play each other this season. Sandcats beat the Sirloins 3-1. Moose taking on the Moonstars here in their only regular season matchup. Moose win 11-2. And the Nemesis shut out the Platypi 1-0. Buzzards taking on the Overdogs here. Overdogs rally to win in 11, 3-2. Jacks against Crocs here. Jacks get their first win as an expansion franchise, 9-5 the final. Hot Corners bounce back to beat the Wild Pigs 9-2. And Wide Loads choke it away to the Grapplers 5-4 the final. Looking at the standings here, Moose and Herbisaurs have both won their first 2 games. They're 2-0. We're 1-0. Looks like we're going to be taking on the Blowfish here in the next game, if I had to guess. They're the only other team that's only played 1 game. Hot Corners and Wild Pigs both at 1-1. So, pretty good start, all things considered. We're going to have the newcomer Angel Verde on the hill against Lad Bradwick, the Blowfish's #2 pitcher. Let's see if we can keep them winless and keep us in the perfect win column. Here's a look around the league, see if any moves were made here in the first game. And there was one made before their first game was played. Platypi release long reliever Chance Lauderbury, one of the oldest relievers in the game, also probably the worst on the starting roster. And they bring in Augustus Hokie, the young starting pitcher. Interesting. So they now have 5 starters? What's their bullpen? Their bullpen is Lauderbury, Sharp, Jacobs, and Huckster. Yeah, they have 5 starting pitchers now. Holy crap. Interesting move. Yeah, it's an interesting move. I wonder how they're going to swing that with 5 starters. Alright. Anyway, so it looks like after every game we're going to get $475K after every one of the games based on our $7.6 million surplus. Let's take a look. Not around the league. Let's take a look at player development options. See if there's any nice ones here we could snag here after the first game. Unfortunately, this one for Evergreen will disappear as we can't afford it. It's also way too expensive, and it probably wouldn't be something I'd buy anyway. I like this one for Lupinovich, but unfortunately I don't have the money yet. I will have it next time. Hopefully it's still here. This one for Brickhouse is a decent one. Improving his speed and arm would be nice out there in center, so keep that in mind. This one for Woodman, that's probably going to be a pass on me. That's too high of a chance to get whiffer. Same thing for this one for Noelle. She doesn't need walk prone. It's also way too expensive. And this one for Rhymes, she's the oldest one of the options that I like, so probably unlikely I go for this one next time, but we'll see. It'll be here though, guaranteed. We'll see how much money we actually have. We should have enough to buy that. We'll have a tough choice next time out, but for right now, we ain't got to make no moves. Set the lineup here and call it a day. Alright, so they want Stiffs to stay out there and right to try and bounce back. Brown in the lineup here at third base. Okay. Ducci is at first. Woodman will be DHing now. That's a smart move, I think. Woodman's more of a hitter than he is a fielder. And so is pretty much everybody in this lineup. So we're going to have Evergreen start the game in left field. Brickhouse in center. Ducci at first. Jackman at short. Woodman DHs. Runs at second. Stiffs in right. Bad Hot Brown makes his season debut at third base. And Jermaine Raines will catch once again. Alrighty, guys. That'll do it for us here. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode and enjoyed the team pick. Let me know what you think down below of the team that I picked. Is it a smart move? Would you have done something differently? What do you think is going to happen here in this first season? I can't wait for the next game to find out. Until then, this is the Nasty One, signing off.